It is also called as the human alimentary canal. Have you ever heard this word alimentary canal, right? I think
Yes.
you all have heard it. So it is called as the human digestive system or human alimentary canal, or it is also known as the human digestive tract. So these are the three different names for the topic. And you should know all the three names because in the exam they ask about it. So either they can give you the name human alimentary canal or they can give you to explain about the human digestive tract or about the human digestive system. So all three means the same. There is no change in that. They all are same. All right. So talking about the human digestive system, so it involves the different parts of the organ. So from where does it start? It starts from the mouth. So from it will start and it goes to which part? It goes to the
Esophagus.
from the mouth. It goes to which part? Esophagus. It goes to the next part called as the esophagus. After the esophagus, it goes to the
Stomach.
stomach. Fine. After the stomach, it goes to the
Small intestine.
small intestine. Okay. After the small intestine, it goes to the
Large intestine.
correct. It goes to the large intestine, and from the large intestine, it goes to
Rectum.
rectum, and from the rectum, it goes to the
Anus.
outside the body through the anus. Fine. It goes outside the body through the anus. So this is the way how it moves on. Fine. Apart from this, any other organ is involved for the whole process?
Salivary
Any other
gland.
organ?
Salivary
Liver?
gland.
No, liver actually.
Liver.
Salivary gland is a part of the mouth only. Okay. So liver and the pancreas. Apart from these parts, liver and pancreas also plays a very, very important role in the whole human digestive system. So one by one, we will be learning about each and every part of the human digestive system. All right, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Coming to the picture of it. Hmm. Okay. So coming to the picture of it, this is the oral cavity. So oral cavity basically means the mouth. So the mouth part comes under the your oral cavity. The reason why I'm showing you each and every part is like because most of the time they ask you to know identify the part. As a reason, you should know which part is present where. And this is the tongue. So you can see how this is connected together. The upper one was the oral cavity. Then the second part is the tongue. You can see the blue color structure like. Then going to the next part, this one a long tube-like structure, which is the esophagus. Then this blue color part is the liver. You can see how big it is in the size. Then below to the liver is the stomach part. Again, you can see a blue color structure there. It is stomach. Then this is the green one now. This is the blue one, the gallbladder. So stomach, near to the stomach will be the gallbladder. Above it will be the liver. Then pancreas, basically, we cannot see from the front, but from the back we can see. This is the pancreas, okay? So if I turn the picture again, this is the liver above. Below the liver is the stomach. Side to the liver, small leaf-like structure is the gallbladder. And when we turn back, this kind of picture is the pancreas, the shape. Then it is the next picture when we go to the large intestine and the small intestine. So outside one is basically the uh, large intestine and the inner one is the small intestine part. Then the last one is the rectum as well as the anus. So this part is the rectum where it will be stored. The undigested food will be stored. So you can see from the back side, this is the rectum. Here, this is the complete part which is called as the large intestine. So I hope I'm clear with the picture. So this is the basic idea of the picture of the human digestive system. Into the diagram which is given in your book and which is most of the time used. I'll share that picture also. Hmm. So this is a picture. Here the mouth will be there. This part is the mouth. Then connecting tube is the esophagus. The stomach. This side is the stomach. Above the stomach, as I told you, liver will be there. And at the back of the stomach will be the pancreas. From the side of the stomach, the gallbladder will come out. Then the large intestine, the small intestine, then the rectum, and at the end of the rectum will be the anus. So this is the human digestive system. So let's start now one by one with each of the parts. So starting with the first one, the mouth. So basically the mouth, it leads to buccal cavity. So it has basically the buccal cavity. It includes the different kinds of the parts like the teeth, tongue, and what is the other part remaining? A fluid-like part. Apart from the teeth, tongue, there is one more fluid-like part which is called as
Saliva.
what it is called as a fluid-like structure. Saliva. Very good. And I can see all the videos are off. For what reason it is off, children? It is called as the saliva. Very, very important part. The saliva is for this grade 10 exam and for the upcoming entrance exams also. So one by one, we will be looking into all these three different parts, starting with the tongue, which is like very easy to study now. So I think we all have the tongue, right? So different, same kind of the tongue we all are using. So you tell me for what reason you're using the tongue, for what it is used for.
Ma'am, it will help us in like eating, no, ma'am.
In tasting.
What it is used for, children? The tongue
I'm tasting and eating,
to
no, ma'am.
tasting, okay. Apart from the
Ma'am,
tasting, eating, okay.
yes, ma'am. Like when we eat, no, ma'am, then it will help us, no, ma'am. Oh,
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Any other thing like that apart from the tasting, it will be
Isn't
done
it an
by the
enzyme?
tongue.
So,
Have
sorry, tongue.
tongue I'm talking
Tongue
about. Tongue does
talking.
not have that. Talking, okay, very good. Talking, which is a very big activity for us, right? So talking. Then the second thing is your tasting. Any other thing? Very, very important thing. We usually actually talk with the help of this thing, or we usually eat the food with the help of the tongue only, right? So if I am eating
Mixes the
something, what happens to the
mixes
tongue?
the food and saliva.
Yeah, so it mixes the food and the saliva. So imagine the tongue is not the muscular kind of stable. It will be as such, right? So we'll be able to talk? No, right? We'll be able to mix the food with the saliva? No. Or will be able to roll the food? No. So rolling of the food, mixing of the saliva with the food, as well as talking. So talking is also happening because of the tongue, right? We are moving it up, down according to the words what we are speaking on. So there are the different functions of it. So definitely rolling of the food, mixing of the food with the saliva, tasting. So the tongue has the taste bud. How many taste buds do we have?
5.
5.
What are those?
Ma'am, what do you say? Salt, sweet, bitter.
So
Hmm. Sour.
s- Ma'am, salt, sweet,
Okay.
bitter,
Yeah.
And the
Then
fifth one is nothing.
Ma'am, I don't
Like
know.
it's a mixture of all two. Like
so 5 we have, 4 we have.
5.
So name those 5. Still we are
Ma'am, ma'am, first one was sweet,
then 4 with
bitter,
them.
salt.
Hmm.
The rest two I don't know.
Sweet, bitter, salt. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. So let me tell you all those things. Okay. So tongue. So the main function of the tongue is to roll and mix the food with what? With the saliva. So roll and mix the food with saliva. It also has what? It also has the taste buds on it, which gives us the different flavor of the food. Now coming to the taste buds, we have basically the 5, which are sweet, sour, salty, bitter. Is there anyone who knows the last one, which is the umami? Fine. So these are the 5 taste buds: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and the umami. So I'll tell you the what they work on. The sweet will be working on the sugar, right? So whatever the sugar we take, what we intake it, it will work on that, and we'll be finding out it is sweet in nature. Second one is a sour. It's basically for the reduction of acidic substances. So whatever like lemon are there, oranges are there. When you drink milk, Mirinda, all those things, what have they have the acidic kind of the flavor. So it is for the acidic substances. Salty is basically to the substances which contains salt in it. Then salty substances, or we can say salt in it. Then the next one is the bitter, is for the bitter compound. So which is like not good in taste. They will be bitter in, the for those compounds it will be used. So for the bitter compounds, or like like we have the bitter gourd. So bitter gourd is basically when when we make the juice of the bitter gourd, it will be like bitter in taste. And the last one, it is UMAMI. So it is basically sensitive to meaty flavors. So whatever the meats are there, they are for that particular kind of the thing. And why what do they have the specialty? Basically, they have a compound called as glutamate in it. So since they have the glutamate in the meat, because of that, it becomes resistant to the umami taste. Fine. So these are the 5 various tastes: but sweet for the sugar, sour for the acidic substance, salty for the salt or the salty substances, bitter for the bitter compounds, and the umami is for the meaty flavor. So whatever the meat, chicken, mutton, all those things are there, or the pork is there. So for that, it will be identified with the help of the umami taste word. Clear, children? Any doubts you have, Aman, Abhinav, Zoha, Shayan,
no, ma'am.
Abhigya, Ritti,
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Siddhi? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Siddhi? Fine. So that's about the tongue. Now moving to the next part is the teeth. So basically the teeth. Now for teeth, before that we should talk about the jaws, right? So how many jaws do we have?
2.
So
Two.
what are those?
Upper and lower
Upper
jaw.
jaw and lower jaw.
Yeah, upper jaw and the lower jaw. So out of these two, which is fixed one, which is immovable?
Upper.
Right. So upper jaw is basically has the fixed joint. It does not move from their place. Right? Now, two jaws we have the upper one and the lower one. In both the jaws, we will have a different. We will have the set of the teeth present in that. So, four types of teeth are there. Four types of teeth are there. Total in both the jaws, how many teeth will be there?
22, 16 each.
So here the 16 and here 16 each. So 16 plus 16, which gives you the 32. So upper jaw will have the 16 teeth, the lower jaw will have the 16 teeth. Therefore, the total 32 teeth we have in both the jaws. Coming to the type of the teeth, we have four different types of it. Incisors, canines, molars, and the premolars. So these all four, what they will be doing, they will be doing the different kind of the functions. So four types of teeth are there: incisors, canines, premolar, and the molar. So I'll show you the picture of it. Okay. So here, so you can see this one is what? This is the upper jaw. This is the upper jaw. And the down one is the lower jaw. Now you can see in both the sets there will be similarities. Okay. This one, this shape are basically the pointed for tearing the food. So canine, they are the type of the teeth, which what they will be doing, they will be helping to tear the food, and they are the pointed one. For example, you might use them to tear off a piece of tough meat. So if someone is eating the meat, so what they will be doing, they will be using these canine teeth because they have the pointed end. That is why they will be using it for the tearing the meat. Second one, they are the molar teeth. They are broad. So you can see in the picture what they are basically. They are the broad and the flat on top for crushing and grinding food. So the main function of them is to crush and grind the food. So tearing of the food will be done by the canine, whereas the crushing and grinding will be done by the molar. Example, you might use them to grind up the nut meats. Then third one, premolar, they have the functions of both one. They act as the canine also, they have the molar kind of structure also. So you might use them for the tearing as well as for the grinding. So canine, they have the pointed end, whereas the molar, they are the broad and the flat. Premolar, they have the both properties, which is like for tearing and for the grinding also. And the last one, the incisor, they are sharp and blade-like for cutting the food. So if we want to cut the food, we will be basically using the incisor teeth. Example, you may use them to bite an apple. So like when you bite the apple, what you will be doing? You will not be keeping at the side of your jaw. You keep it in front of the jaw and then tear it, right? And then cut it. So see here, these are the basically the incisors one. So these are the functions of the different types of the teeth: canine, molar, premolar, and the incisors. Talking about the position in the mouth, incisors, they are present in the front, canine either side of the incisors, premolar behind the canine, and the molar at the last, they are present at the back. Then incisors, they are basically sharp edge they have. Then the canine, they are slightly pointed than the incisor. Then premolar, they are 2 points, whereas molar, they will have the 2 or 3 roots or 4 or 5 cups. So basically, you can see this picture, like here they are the cups. Then function, incisor, they will be biting of the pieces. Then they will be doing again the biting, canines. Then premolar for tearing and the grinding, and molar for the chewing and the grinding of the food. So this comes actually not directly. What they will be doing, they will just give you the name of the teeth and they ask you to write the function of it. So canine, tearing, molar, crushing and grinding, premolar, both the things, that is tearing also and the grinding also, and incisor for cutting. Clear, children? videos are off. Any doubt, children, do you have?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So am I running or it is fine? The speed is fine or I should slow down?
Ma'am, it is fine.
It's fine.
Others? Aryan, Abhinav, Ayonija, Dhriti, Aman,
Ma'am, it's
Shayan.
fine.
Ma'am, it is fine.
I'm fine.
Okay. So the moment I start running, let me know. Okay, I'll just slow down or I'll take less topic during that day. So these are like very, very, basic thing about the teeth. Coming to the last part of the mouth, which is very important for the board exam. Very, very important this is. So you should know about like saliva. So saliva is a kind of fluid which is produced in the mouth. And it is produced by a gland called as the salivary gland. So what is the name of the gland? The name of the gland is salivary gland. So this is one question. So name the gland where the saliva is produced. The answer is salivary gland. So in the salivary gland, the saliva is produced. And this saliva has what? It has the enzyme called as, what is the name of the enzyme? It has the enzyme called as salivary amylase. Okay, saliva. It has the enzyme called as salivary amylase. Very, very important name this is. So draw this sequence actually. The sequence is very important to learn. So where the saliva is produced in the salivary gland. Salivary gland will produce saliva. Saliva has the enzyme called a salivary amylase. And this salivary amylase, what do? They work on starch. They work on starch and they break down the starch into the sugar. Fine. What they will do? These salivary amylase, they will be working on the starch and they break down the starch into the sugar. And name of the sugar is called as maltose. Very important this name is. So draw this flow chart as such, children. So in the book, you might get confused through the NCERT book or from the other book also. So it's an easy way to learn. Learn in a sequence. Salivary gland produces saliva. Saliva has an enzyme called as salivary amylase. Salivary amylase, they work on the starch and they break down the starch into the sugar. And name of the sugar is the maltose. So in this question itself, like in this flowchart itself, I can ask you more than 5 questions. Like first question, I can ask you what is saliva. Second question, I can ask you where the saliva is produced. Third question can be the name the enzyme which saliva has. Then fourth question can be on which component or on which nutrient the starch the saliva works. So the answer will be starch. Then it breaks down into which component? It breaks down to sugar. Name the sugar, the maltose. So imagine 6 or 7 questions I can give you directly from this small one flow chart. So that is why it's very, very important for your exam also. One more question from this is, I think last year they've asked it. Name the other name of salivary amylase. So salivary amylase is the enzyme. It has the other name called as the thiolin. What it is? It is known as the thiolin. Okay. So write it down there itself. So other name of salivary amylase is thiolin. T is silent actually. So it is known as thiolin. Understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is easy if you learn it then and there. But if you keep it for the long time, then again it might confuse you or it might not be understanding to you. So learn it by today itself. Salivary gland. I think now itself you can learn it. Salivary gland, saliva. Name of the enzyme, salivary amylase. The other name of the salivary amylase, thiolin. They work on which component? Starch. Then they break down the starch into a sugar called as maltose. So I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes. Learn this fast, children. So revise whatever we did today, just revise it. I'll be asking you few questions out of it.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
what is salary analysis also known as?
Tyalin. It is written there. P-T-Y-A-L-I-N. This on the screen, can you see that word? Tyalin? P-T-Y-A-L-I-N.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So
Ma'am,
other name of
once can you
salivary
define?
amylase. What I
Once can
should
you
define?
define saliva again? Saliva.
Saliva, it is a fluid substance produced in our mouth. Saliva is a fluid substance produced in the mouth with the help of the salivary gland. Finish learning, children? Okay, now I should ask you some questions of it. And all should turn on the video, children. Okay. Zuha, name the enzyme which saliva produce.
Ma'am, maltose.
Salivary amylase. Name the enzyme. Salivary amylase is the
Slide. Yes.
name of the enzyme. Okay. Amylase. So Amylase. Learn the spelling because children bio spelling matters a lot. So if you are doing the spelling mistake, half marks will be deducted for it. So you cannot write the wrong spelling. Okay. Shubhansh, what is the other name of salivary amylase? Yes, Shubhansh. Other name of salivary amylase?
Man, I forgot.
Hmm?
I forgot.
You forgot. Dhriti, other name of salivary amylase?
Ma'am, Tyalin.
Tyalin. Tyalin. Okay. Aman, where the saliva is produced?
Ma'am, what are the other name of enzymes?
Other name of salivary amylase.
Yes, ma'am.
Tyalin. Tyalin. Pty.
Ma'am, saliva is
A.
put through the
Hmm.
salivary gland.
Where? In which
In the
part?
tongue.
Correct. In the mouth. Not in the tongue, in the mouth, okay? In the mouth.
Yes, ma'am.
Abhigya, what is the name of the sugar produced?
Maltose.
Maltose. The name of the sugar is the maltose. Okay. Ionija,
Yes, ma'am.
on which component does the saliva or salivary amylase work?
So like this, ma'am.
On which component the salivary amylase they will be working on?
Starch.
Can I answer?
Starch.
Starch. Okay, starch. So See, till 7, till 8, you were learning about the nutrients, right? The word nutrients were used for the starch, carbohydrate, protein, and fats. But now in this chapter, we will not be using the word nutrient. We will be using the word component, okay? On which component does it work? The answer will be starch. Okay? So if in case children still you have any doubt or you need any kind of clarification, just message me personally for the doubts or the clarification, or you can message on the WhatsApp group also there in the science doubt group. At the same time, whatever we did today, just learn it by today itself because it is very, very, very important topic. All the, the parts of the mouth, the function of teeth, the function of the types of teeth, then the function of tongue, taste buds, at the same time saliva. Saliva is very, very important. The name of the gland, the name of the enzyme, the other name of the enzyme, on which component, which sugar. So all these things are very, very important for your exam as well as for the entrance exam. Okay. So if you are aware of this thing, then easily you can attend any question, whatever comes for the mouth part. So with this, we are done with the mouth. In the next class, we will be starting with the topic which is esophagus. So esophagus and stomach, we will be completing in the next class. All right, children.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Anything you wanted to
Thank you,
ask
ma'am.
now?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, children. Then.
No, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Bye, good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Thank you, children.